The pick is in.
With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NHL Draft, the Detroit Red Wings select JP Hurlbert, a left wing from the Kamloops Blazers. Locked On NHL Draft Night is brought to you by Indeed. Go to Indeed.com/podcast and get a $75 sponsored job credit. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. Terms and conditions apply. I'm Gil Martin. I am joined now by Scott Bentley of Locked On Red Wings. And Scott, where does JP Hurlbert fit into the plan for the Detroit Red Wings right now?
Well, that is such a wide open question. I think we don't really know what the plan currently is for the Detroit Red Wings, given the current Dylan Larkin-ness of it all, obviously. But I think that this is a guy that is really exciting for a few reasons, and like everybody wins on draft night kind of thing. But I think the reason why this pick is so enticing for a lot of Wings fans is because for the entire Yzerman era, there has been a clear game plan of we're going to take high floor guys that maybe don't project to be high-end NHL players, but are definitely NHL players. They're okay on offense, half point a game producers. They're solid on defense, right? That's like really what he has targeted as far as forwards go for his entire tenure. And this is the first one where there's some shortcomings defensively. There's some question marks maybe about the size, but he is an incredibly skilled forward that has an amazing shot. He sees the ice very well. He's a great skater. So there's a really high offensive upside. And I think certainly out of all the first round picks in Yzerman's tenure, this is maybe the first one that kind of fits that profile, which is exciting.
How much of an impact do you think the supposed imminent departure of Dylan Larkin had on Yzerman taking a swing at a pick like this?
Yeah, well, I think that there's a lot of different branches with that, because this also wasn't originally our pick, right? We traded up to get this and departed with Sebastian Cossa, who's one of the bright young, goalie prospects in the NHL. But the Red Wings have several bright young goalie prospects. And so in a season in which you're going to, an offseason rather, where you're probably going to trade your captain, you also can trade one of your, 2 or 3 young AHL goalies you have high hopes for. And I think that is kind of a perfect value, right? Were you going to get better than a first round pick for Cossa? Probably not. I think that's really good value. You get a high offensive upside guy. And then to your point, Larkin, we'll see. I think he has to get moved. And I think that move kind of determines the direction of the organization. But obviously you would hope that this pick fits into the window that is created after Larkin is moved.
What's the timeline in your mind for Hurlbert? Couple of years, 3 years? Where do you see him?
Yeah, I would say probably 2. Right now, I believe he's committed to U of M, which is also something we all love. Whenever a Red Wings player plays for MSU or now Western is a powerhouse or U of M or whatever, that's always really fun. So we get to watch him, right down the road in Ann Arbor. But I would probably expect 2 years of development, and then maybe year 3 is where we start having the conversation about is he ready? But again, with a high offensive profile like this, if he's setting the world on fire and producing everywhere he goes, and the Red Wings don't mind maybe some lackluster defense or whatnot with a high offensive profile, then who knows? I really think a lot still has to be determined based on what happens with Larkin.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Scott, thank you so much. For more on the Red Wings, subscribe to Locked On Red Wings wherever you get podcasts.